out the score, and it was a goal line stand, and it kept them from taking the lead and then getting the ball in the second half. So did you feel a momentum shift or anything like that on the defensive end?
Yeah, I think we've been put in those situations before, or our backs up are against the wall. We're in the red zone. We got to make a stop, and I think we went back on what our culture is. Digging deep in those tough moments in the game, and we pull through, which we know how to do in those situations.
Nate and Troy, I'm just wondering from a defense, same kind of a follow-up to that second half, you shut them out in the second half. What happened at halftime in terms of adjustments, be it attitudinal and be it schematic? What was different in the second half?
Well, it's kind of like that classic saying of, you come out, it's 0-0. You start like the clock just started first quarter. You got to come out thumping. You got to come out hitting, just like it's fresh slate. So we came out, reset our minds, and stuck it to them.
Casey, two-part question for you. Number one, is this the healthiest you've felt in a while? Because it looked like you played like you felt 100% healthy out there. And two, those couple of runs that you had early on, do you think that kind of got them thrown off defensively, not knowing how you were going to play?
Yeah, my knee's been a struggle all year, but our training staff did a great job of being able to get me back for this game. I really wanted to be out there with my brothers at the end of this season, and yeah, I felt great tonight. I felt like I was running the ball well, and I bet it surprised them a little, knowing I haven't run in the past few weeks. It's pretty easy to run when all eyes are on Brandon because he's carrying the team down the field every drive.
Casey, I keep thinking back to that Hoban game. You're limping and you still ripped off like a 44-yard run. What kind of adrenaline were you running on these last few weeks?
Oh, it was a lot. I just think our class, we knew we really could make history. So, when you're in the game and when that adrenaline's going, your pain and your injuries aren't really at the front of your mind. So I was just worried on the task at hand and just excited to make history with my boys.
Ben, how much did that push you guys?
That the Maslin loss played a real role in kind of jump starting or whatever. What role did that game play this year?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Could you say that again? I wasn't.
Yeah, that's it. Last year you said the Maslin game was full for you guys going through the playoffs. So what was the Maslin game this year?
I don't, recall making that statement last year. It was a loss. Guys, look, you play the schedule we play. The odds are you're not going undefeated. It's just there's too many good teams going back to back to back. So, I always say you learn from all your experiences. It's just, a loss is never good. A loss is, you don't want a loss. But if you take the positives out of a loss, like, hey, what is our real evaluation as a team? What are we doing well? What do we need to improve on? Sometimes you see it better under a microscope after a loss. The game's the same game. Let's say we get an onside kick and kick a field goal, beat Maslin 16-15. The game was the game. We still gave up yards to the quarterback. We didn't run the ball as well as we could. We just won the game. So we happened to lose. It was 2 touchdowns and 2 touchdowns. We missed an extra point. They made a 2-point play. And, the point is, at that point in the season, that's how you would look at that. And the same on a victory, by the way. Sometimes, Elder, we won. If that field goal goes off and we lose, it's the same damn game. You know what I'm saying? You still have to look at it in the same way. It just feels better when you win, but you still played the same way.
What distinguishes this year's team from the previous 2 years?
I'm sorry?
What distinguishes this team from the previous 2 years?
What distinguishes this team? They've been strong senior classes. I just think, what distinguishes this is we did it with all the pressure on us. I'll be honest, I feel a little bit of relief more than joy in some ways. Don't get me wrong, I feel joy, but I also feel relief because I wouldn't be able to handle the feeling of not getting the last one done, for these guys. And we got together and we found a way to do it under tough circumstances. And that's, the feel. The expectation was there. I think we were rated number 1 the entire year. And, you're taking everyone's best shot. And that's a testament to these guys to be able to do that.
Ben, can you speak to no more Deontay and Devontae, what it's going to be like, the three of you, what you guys shared, what you have going against those Buckeyes now? What are you going to miss from all of this, and what has it meant to you, and what's it meant to the team?
Being at the school, being on this team for the last 3-4 years, it has been, nothing short of exceptional. And, being able to, go to school with guys like those and be brothers with guys like they are, as, highly recruited, going to the same type of schools for football. I think that, a relationship like that, I think it's unique. And, with them enrolling early, middle of January, I got a month left with them. So, it's going to be a great month, but I mean, everything taken from the school, from the team, I mean, all the relationships, I mean, it's all, there's too much not to mention.
Then to circle back to Casey running on adrenaline, Brandon has 3 or 4 games down the stretch to close the season with 200 yards rushing. Did you guys kind of get an adrenaline burst too, having your quarterback back?
Having our quarterback back, I mean, when you think of the O-line, you think, they protect the quarterback. And, that's something we try to do our best with all year. And when he went down, it was just kind of, we kind of took it personal. When he went down, it became personal for us. And I think from that point on, we started just, dominating teams. And that, that was like fuel to the fire. I mean, it was all so emotional seeing him go down and what a strong leader he was for the team. I don't know if it's just for the O-line, but for the whole team. Seeing him go down with the leader that he was, really pushed us all that, 10% further.
Brandon, did the holes get bigger the last few weeks?
Yes, I got 3-4 holes to pick from.
Casey, St. Ed's has had 7 state championships now in football, and 6 different quarterbacks. You're the first one to do it twice. You got some help from Thomas this year. Can you comment on that?
Oh, Thomas did a great job this year. Especially with me going down against Elder and him having to come in a game like Massillon against such a great team and such a tough atmosphere. He really played great that game and really improved throughout the whole year, and he did great whenever he was in. So I was really proud of him, and I'm excited to see him play in the future. But I'm honored to be able to win 2 state championships here at Eds. But our class really made history, and I'm proud of our whole team.
Coach, you talked about drawing from experiences. Was there any experience from the last 2 times you faced this team that you might have drawn on at halftime when it was tied, trying to get them to go out there to win the 3rd one?
They're such a different team offensively than they were the last couple of years. So we faced a different kind of animal that way with putting Scott at quarterback. They threw it decently, but they ran it well. They Norman in the inside zones hurt us a little bit, 24 hurt us a little bit, and.